Welcome back to another episode of Talking Sports with your boy DP. And it's your boy DP right here, man. And Ball State, All State, State Farm, it don't matter. Canes 3-0, 62 nothing. That's how we do. Big pippin' out here, sipping on fofos, all that. Let me stop. We ain't sipping on no fofos. We turning up. Cause Canes 3-0. We just whooped them boys, Ball State 62 nothing. That's how we living out here, man. That's how we do, man. You know, it's teams out here struggling to beat, group of 5 schools and stuff like that. Struggling to beat their little HBCU competition or whatever you want to call it. Then they come at us talking about, y'all ain't played nobody. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Listen, man. Check this out. Until y'all start beating the team that's in front of y'all in the fashion that we doing it out here this year, I don't want to hear no more talk. I don't want to hear nothing about the Canes. Because y'all boys out here looking foolish. And the team, y'all know who teams I'm talking about. Y'all know who y'all are. I don't even got to say y'all name because y'all know y'all sitting over there hating. Hating with all that hater talk, that hater energy. Talking about y'all ain't playing nobody. I don't want to hear that, man. McCain 62 nothing. First thing first, man. You already know him. Shout out to that boy Cam Ward. He finna be the Heisman, man. I'ma just call it. I'ma be speaking into existence. Cam, at this rate, it's set up for him to be the Heisman. The first Heisman Miami had in a little minute. We gotta do it. We gotta get the job done. So that's why Mario let my dog rock out like that. That's why Mario let him do what it do like that. 19 for 28, 346 passing yards, and 5 tuggies. The man able to do what he want out there. The man doing it and doing it and doing it again. Making it look so easy out there. I ain't seen a quarterback like Cam in a long time, especially not at Miami. Well, I seen good quarterbacks. Let me not say I ain't seen a quarterback like Cam in a long time. I'm just speaking as far as being at the U. I ain't gonna say in general. I'm gonna say at the U. I haven't seen a quarterback like Cam at the U in a long shit. Honestly, I'm 30. So really, since I've been alive, I ain't seen no damn quarterback that look like Cam at the U, just to be completely honest with you. But Cam Ward, man, I love how he getting everybody involved, dog. I love how he can take control over the offense. You feel me? And he's just him, man. I ain't no other way. I feel like we can play and we can compete with any team in the country as long as we got Cam Ward at our quarterback. I feel like we got to fight and got a chance in any game as long as we got Cam Ward, because he's that type of quarterback. When you got an elite quarterback, you can compete with anybody. You can damn near win any game. And then if you can protect them, boy, you looking for a hell of a season, I'm telling you. Shout out to Cam Ward. Keep doing what you're doing, big dog. Keep making them plays and protect yourself. Stay healthy, man. Way to go, Cam Ward. But I also want to give a shout out to my boy Emory Williams. 11 to 12, 161 yards, and 1 touchdown. Emory, I love the growth, man. You can tell he getting more comfortable back there. He getting more comfortable. He getting more used to this Power 5 football. Because mind you, his first start was against Clemson. And he got the W. Then he don't play at Florida State. He broke his arm, whatever, you feel me? But he don't bounce back. And he looking better than he was before. Back like I left Sutton. Shout out to Emory Williams, man. And listen, I like the fact that we trying to redshirt him. Let him groom some more, develop him some more. Because even though some people feel like Emory Williams is a statue, I don't feel like he's just a statue. I feel like if it need be, he can get up out of there. I know he ain't the fastest in the world, but he showed us in games where he willing to try to move out of the pocket. He ain't just going to sit there and let the defense maul him, you feel me? So shout out to Emory Williams, man. Love the growth. I really feel like he's the second string quarterback. But let's pray we don't never need to see the second string quarterback this season unless they just want to give him reps. You dig? Let's just pray, my boy, you feel me, Cam the man, to stay in the whole season and have a healthy year. and have a Heisman year. You did, but yeah, shout out to my boy Emory Williams. I love how the touch on his passes also, man. He dropped that thing right in the bread basket. It's so smooth, so gracefully, man. We got some positive out of that what we seen from Emory Williams. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people think so. And let's talk about this running game. Dame Martinez. My boy only had 3 carries, 3 yards. Not the best night for my boy Damian Martinez. I don't know what it is. I like Damian Martinez at running back. I'm not mad at it. I just feel like he's a little too patient sometimes. But I understand sometimes you gotta let the let the offensive lineman initiate their blocks. You feel me? See if they can open up a hole. You feel me? Find the hole. I can understand that. But dog, sometimes you just gotta get busy, my guy. Sometimes you just gotta go. And I feel like since he's seen the play of our other running backs from this game, I feel like that made Dame hungry. So I feel like USF, y'all gonna have some trouble stopping that boy Damian Martinez. I feel like he's ready to play. He's ready to come with it. And he's gonna be trouble, man. Because he's seen how these backups out here biting, out here running that thing, toting that rock, trying to get them yards, fighting for them extra yards. I feel like that probably just turned up an extra notch in Damian Martinez. I could be wrong, but I feel like USF, y'all gonna be in trouble trying to stop Damian Martinez this weekend coming. But the person I want to talk about, A.J. Allen. Y'all got to give my dog some more touches. Y'all got to give my dog the ball some more. I don't care that he did against Ball State. I don't care what strain was in, because it ain't matter. Them boys ain't have a chance from the jump. We was going to bust their head open regardless. Sorry, YouTube. But we was going to get on the business regardless. A.J. Allen, 7 carries, 104 yards, a touchdown, and 14.9 yards per carry. Give my dog the ball. Let my dog spin. Let him get busy. Y'all gotta let my dog spin some more. I don't want no talk. Even though, shout out to my freshman Jordan Lyle. Even though my boy Jordan Lyle looked good and he's a standout freshman. He a freshman, man. Don't waste all this game. Red shirt, my boy Jordan Lyle. Let him get bigger. Let him come back even better than he was before. Cause we don't see the taste of that. Let A.J. Allen get them carries. Excuse me. Let my boy A.J. Allen spin. Let him get them carries, man. Let him do his thing. My boy hungry. It's like he bring another asset to the game, another dimension to the game that we ain't getting from the other running backs. Besides this one person. And don't say I'm crazy. Don't say I'm sound crazy. But I want to see more of the Mark Fletcher and A.J. Allen 1-2 punch. I want to see that more, because it just looked different when them boys out there running that rock. It's like they just want the yards more. It's like they hungry for them. And Jordan Lyle, he run hard too, but it just looked different when Mark Fletcher and A.J. Allen out there doing their thing, man. Let them boys spin more. Let them boys tote that rock. And let's see. Especially, if Dame have it, which I feel like he finna go off against USF. But if he's having a lackluster performance, let's see a little bit more of Mark Fletcher and A.J. Allen. Let's see how that look. Because I feel like that's going to really make our running game dynamic, if you want to be honest with you. Because it seems like A.J. Allen is hungry. And I don't want the young man to transfer. So please let the man get the rock. And if pass pro is a problem, because we damn sure don't need Cam getting hurt, then I can understand why, A.J. Allen ain't getting more carries. But if he getting better at pass pro, hey man, let my dog spin. But like I was talking about, my young freshman phenom, Jordan Lyle, 11 carries, 71 yards, 1 tuggy, 6.5 yards a carry. We got running backs all on this roster, you feel me? And that's why I say you might as well just red shirt my dog, because you got to think. We had a Frank Gore at one point in time sitting on the bench, riding the pine. Frank Gore is just recently got inducted in the 49ers Hall of Fame. So that's saying something. So if this running back room somewhat back like this, because we got to wait to the future to see if these guys go to the league and do some of the things that the Clinton Portises and the Willis McGahee and the Frank Gore done. I don't know if we ever going to see another running back that do the things Frank Gore did in the NFL. It's like he don't age. But shout out to Jordan Loud and shout out to my boy Mark Fletcher. Put him on a stretcher. 6 carries, 53 yards, 8.8 yards a carry. That's why I say I want to see that more. I want to see the 1-2 punch of Mark Fletcher and a Josh Allen. You got to give me that. You got to give me that, coach. I need it. Let me talk about my receivers, man. But before I get in, talk about each individual receiver that I want to highlight, or guys that made receiving plays, because we had some running backs catching that thing out of the backfield too, looking good. 12 different players caught passes. 12. Like I was telling you before, you can't key in on one guy on this team. That's what's making us so dangerous. Even though we got Cam Ward, we got ballers. We got ballers, man. We got some dogs out here this year. First thing first, man. Jacoby George, 6 receptions, 109 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown. Man, when Jacoby George first got here, he was recruited by Manny Diaz. And he was, him, Romello Brinson, and Brashad Smith. I want to say they was calling themselves the Three Amigos or whatnot. 2 of those guys, they not here any longer. You feel me? I think Brashad and Romello, both of those guys are at SMU, Hopefully those guys have good production, have good careers there. I don't wish no ill will on none of those guys. I just wish them guys have success. But out of those 3, I didn't expect Jacoby George to honestly be the better receiver out of the 3. You feel me? Have the better receiving career per se. Because it looked like Brashad Smith going to be a running back. But Jacoby George, and honestly, through each camp since he's been here, I always hear people say he's a great route runner. Yeah, he's one of the hardest guys to cover. You feel me? His route running is so precise. I always heard that, and it is so great to see that it's showing on the field this past last season and this season. I love to see that. You feel me? This guy worked hard, put in that work to become one of the top wide receiver out here on this team. If you're going to be completely honest. So shout out to Jacoby George, man. Way to do your thing and keep growing, young man. Because now you ain't, getting Miami the penalties. You forcing the other teams to make bonehead penalties. So shout out to you, Jacoby George. Way to do your thing on that aspect. And let's talk about my boy Chris Johnson Jr. He ain't a wide receiver. He a running back. But he had 3 receptions, 53 yards, and a touchdown. You feel me? I'm glad that my boy Shannon Dawson is taking advantage of trying to scheme Chris Johnson in this playbook some way, somehow, because we got to use that speed. I got a need for speed, Dawson. You got to feed it to me. And that's what he did. He gave us Chris Johnson Jr. with some couple of plays. He had some nice runs, too, in the running game also. But he looked good out there. So shout out to Chris Johnson Jr., man. I love to see my boy build some more weight, which I don't think that's going to affect his speed at all. But it is what it is, man. It's dangerous. And I feel like we might see a little bit more of Chris Johnson Jr. because Dawson, he out there in his bag this year. And salute him. And the next person I want to talk about, man, Elijah Arroyo. 2 receptions, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Listen. This is another reason why we're going to be so deadly this year. Elijah Arroyo, Riley Williams, Cam McCormick. Listen, you're not going to be able to key in on our wide receivers. You're not just going to be able to key in on Xavier Strepo. You're not just going to be able to key in on Jacoby George. You feel me? Isaiah Horton. We're using our tight end now, fellas. Our tight ends are out there getting busy, man. And we ain't just sending them on little quick slant routes, drag routes, little crossing routes. We ain't just sending them on no. We going vertical. We send them on deep posts. We letting them boys get busy. We letting them boys use their hands and catch the football and get some stats, get some production. We getting our tight ends involved this year. So it is over for y'all. It's going to be tough. When you a defensive coordinator and you finna prepare to play the Miami Hurricanes, boy, you got a handful. You don't know what to focus on at this point. We here, baby. It's all about the you, man. Shout out to my tight end room. I'm glad them boys getting busy. And shout out to this next man, Xavier Restrepo. 3 receptions, 400. I'm finna say 400. 3 receptions, 47 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And one of them touchdowns, he was not gonna be denied. It was not gonna deny him from getting in that end zone. He was gonna get in there every which way, regardless. It didn't matter. And before I move on to my defense, I gotta give a shout out to my offense and defensive coordinator, Shannon Dawson, Lance Guidry. Shout out to y'all, man. Way to get the job done. Way to do what it do. It's like these guys out here competing against each other, and I love it. It's like they sitting in the office. Guidry, what you gonna do this week? Guidry look at Dawson like, what you mean what I'm gonna do this week? Dawson respond, well, I'm looking to score over 50 points. Feel me? Over 500 plus yards on offense. You know, something light. Dial up a whole bunch of touchdowns. Guidry look at him. Well, listen. If I get my defense a goose egg, I'll bet you and treat you to a crawfish dinner. You know what, better yet? I'm going to treat you to a 5-star crawfish dinner. How that sound, Dawson? You got yourself a bet, buddy. Because they went out there and they put on a show with the scheming and play calling they called, excuse my French. Them boys are whipping up some stuff out there when it comes to defensive coordinator. All y'all teams don't come down here trying to mess with our DCs. Miami, y'all need to pay these boys as much as y'all can pay them until they decide to go be head coaches or something. So we got to keep these guys. Dawson and Coach Lance Guidry, Coach Dawson. We got to keep these guys because they in their bag this year. They got a point to prove this year. So we need to pay them as much as money as we can pay them. Because we can't lose them because of no money. Because you know we got that bread at the U. I'm talking about Shannon Dawson out there with his Dexter laboratory glasses on. He got so many weapons, he don't know what to cause at the point. He's just trying shit. He's like, let me see if this works. Let me see if this works. Let me see this. I'm talking about this whipping up plays left and right. I love the formations. I love all the pulling. I love the use of the tight end. I love the use of the running back. I just love it all. It would make your job even more easy when you got a quarterback like Cam Ward. And my guy Lance Guidry, man, I told you in year 2, Lance Guidry is like a mastermind when it comes to his defense. And y'all seeing the fruits of our labor, man. The boys working hard and the boys doing their thing. Shout out to the Canes, baby. But let's talk about some defensive players, you feel me? Francisco Malinois, aka Kiko, had 6 tackles in the tackle for a loss. You know, Kiko, he flying all around the field as usual. Way to do your thing. But the young man I want to talk about, Wesley Bassine. 6 tackles on the game. He don't just tapped into another mode this year. He's another person. He ain't the same Wesley Bassine that you seen a couple of years ago. This man is a new man, and he's on a mission. My dog said, I got to put on this tape for the league, even though I might just come back next year to the Canes and play some more. But I got to get busy. I gotta put on for the youth. I got to put on for Miami. Because my dog say, regardless if the crystal ball was coming or not, he was going to be a Cane. And that's the kind of dedication and love you need for this school. Shout out to Wesley Bassine. Keep it going, young fella. Keep getting busy, keep working hard, and keep doing your thing on that football field. And I promise you, it's all going to work out for you in the long run. You dig? Where I'm at. And Simeon Barrow Jr. Listen, I guess when Mario Cristobal was talking about Ball State got these senior offensive linemen and, you know, they play good. They're pretty good together. I feel like Simeon Barrow took that as a challenge. Like, they do what? They do who? Man, cut that jive out. We don't see them folks. Simeon Barrow, 4 tackles, a half a sack, and half a tackle for loss. The man was out there getting busy, moving guys around, putting in that work. He looked good out there, man. It's like he felt disrespected when they was talking about Ball State got this good offensive line or whatnot or whatever they was hollering about. Because Simeon Barrow ain't see that job. And I gotta give another shot to Tyler Barron, bro. Like, this man is better than I thought he was gonna be. I didn't expect much, but I didn't expect this. This man is disruptive, and he's everywhere out there. Shout out to Tyler Barron, bro. And shout out to my young buck from the O, Orlando's finest, Malik Bryant. 3 tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for loss. Way to go out there and get some playing time and take advantage of your playing time, young fella. Way to look dominant, man. Way to go out there and work hard, man. Way to go out there and make some plays. Because we might need Malik Bryant in the long run. I love that he getting this playing time and getting this experience. Because it ain't no experience like game experience, if you know what I mean. And another person I want to salute on the defense. You feel me? That I don't feel like a lot of people talking about is Elijah Austin, bro. The young man plays every game. He been consistently making plays since we lined up at Florida, bro. Last game, he just had 3 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, and an interception. And he played, I don't know, is Guidry purposely scheming it up and having him, play like a spy on that defensive line? Because you notice he's not just automatically rushing up the field like everybody else. He letting Mesidor, Barrow, and Barron, rush up the field because they getting so much pressure in the rushing. He's sagging back just in case, you feel me, the quarterback sneak up out of the pocket or he break free out of there. And Elijah Austin coming. That's how he ended up getting the interception. He was playing patient. He didn't just rush up field. You feel me? He was basically spying out the quarterback to see if he was going to run or whatever. And to me, to be real with you, he's like a hybrid defensive end. He's like a D-end/linebacker. He can play in space a little bit. I ain't going to say he's elite in space. He's the best in space. But he can play in space good enough to where you can drop him in the zone and send somebody else on the blitz and won't be hurting in pass coverage. The man is a special player. He's a special pickup, and I'm glad we picked him up. I don't know if anybody else see what I see, but shout out to Elijah Austin. Way to go out there and get busy. Way to go out there and keep doing your thing, man. And let's talk about some of these team stats, dog. Because we was just going crazy out there. Looking at some of this stuff, I'm looking at some stats somebody played on College Football 25. But no, this is real life. We really did this on the field, my guy. 7 of 11 on 3rd downs. 7-11. That's all you need sometimes. 7-11 on 3rd down. That's quite impressive. We should have been 11 of 11 though, but it is what it is. You can't always get what you want, DP. But 750 total yards of offense. New school record. 750 total yards of offense. This ain't no video game. This is real life. We doing this. That school up the road, Trailer Hassey, FS Pooh, FS Who, FS whatever you want to be. They got 822 total yards in 3 games. We put up 750 in 1 game. Boy, we gonna see y'all later on in the year. Y'all gotta come to Hard Rock. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Cause we might have y'all out here looking like Ball State if you play with it. I'm telling you. 507 total yards of passing offense. This is not a video game, people. This is real life. Our boys really went out there and put up 507 total yards of passing offense. 243 total yards of rushing offense. 7.8 yards per play. But see, this is where my hype come down a little bit, man. You feel me? I want to, say this because I don't know if I'm tripping. Oh, you feel me? Feel what it is. Now, mind you, our running game is mediocre when it comes to the first string because we averaging I think like a little over 5 yards a carry. But I don't feel like our starters on the O-line, we ain't getting that much push when it comes to the run blocking. Now pass blocking look beautiful. Like usually some teams they run block better than they pass block, but our pass blocking like is beautiful. It'd be a lot of times where I see our offensive linemen standing the defensive line straight up. You feel me? No white jerseys in the club. You feel me? No blue jerseys in the club. You feel me? No maroon jerseys in the club. Whatever opposite jersey. If it ain't no orange and green and it don't got no U on that logo, you ain't getting in the club. You feel me? But yeah, man, our running. But that's why I really want to see a little more of Mark Fletcher and AJ Allen with the first string offensive lineman to see, you feel me, does it look the same? Because if it look the same, then maybe we need Mario to get in there in the offensive lineman, and we need to get these boys to get lower, get more leverage or something. Because really, the second string and the other string of offensive linemen, they was getting some good push a little bit. Them boys getting low, they was moving Ball State around a little bit, even though it wasn't Ball State starters, but hey, they out there. And it's about execution when the competition ain't up to par. It's about how you execute and how good you look out there executing the plays. And we was executing at a high level. You best believe that. So it wasn't looking ugly. It was a beautiful game. You can't look up. You can't be looking for a witness test against teams like Ball State. You got to look at how your team executed and how they looked out there as a team, how they played the game. They played discipline and they take advantage of the opportunities that they had. And another thing, like I said, we got to clean up 8 penalties for 85 yards. You feel me? We got to get back to how we looked against the Gators. You feel me? We need less and less penalties because playing against better competition, that's going to hurt us in the long run. So we got to tighten that up. And the Canes had the ball 32 minutes, 59 seconds of the game. Let's talk about what this defense did. My defense turned up, man. My defense ain't come to play around with nobody. Defense held Ball State to 1 of 12 on third downs. Nothing for you, my friend. 1 for 12. And they held Ball State to 115 total yards of offense. 115 total yards of offense. That's like video game stuff. My D is on point. My D going in. My D executing. It's getting lower. It got lower and lower these first 3 games. We held Florida to 17 points. Fam to 9. That's 3 field goals. And a goose egg. Uno. Nada. No bueno. For Ball State. But wait, there's more. 6 total rushing yards for Ball State for the whole game. We held them people to 6 total rushing yards. That don't even make sense. We got a 4th and 5th string running back with 35 yards. That's more yards than they whole team. We can belt the ass this game. It's like we took that personal. The weather delay or whatever had pissed these boys off because they was mad. Our backups are hungry. These boys want to play. They ain't taking none of this playing time lightly. They getting out there and they taking advantage of every opportunity Coach Mario Cristobal and the rest of his coaching staff is giving them. If they put you out there on that field, our young players, our backup are trying to take advantage of the opportunities, and I love it. I love it, man. I love to see the extra playing time because years ago we wasn't able to do this. We wasn't able to empty the bench and put everybody in. Our 3rd game in the season. You feel me? We had to play starters down to the whole game against mediocre schools. And also another record, the Canes have 159 points through 3 games. Most in Canes history. Way to go. Shout out to y'all. We out here breaking records. And 62 points versus the FBS school. That's also the most for my Canes. So shout out to the Hurricane, man. That's how we do it, man. Like I say, man, don't get Like, I don't like when people say, oh, it's just Ball State. It's just, we need to play some real competition. It's just a stat game. Man, this team's out here playing G5 schools, ain't even putting up a fight or even looking good out there. Florida State versus Memphis. Memphis, man. Them boys lost to Memphis, man. Well, I would think it was 20-12. Memphis dominated them boys, man. I had to take it to Memphis for y'all, man. Cause Memphis just went up to Tallahassee and slapped them boys, man. Ain't got paid $1.3 million to go out there and dominate them, look like the Power 5 school. They made Florida State look like the G5 school. And Memphis, man. But don't get spoiled. Cause it was a time when my Hurricane was out here looking like this. Miami versus Central Michigan. Miami 17, Central Michigan 12. Miami versus FIU. Yeah, I brought it up. Yeah, I did it. Miami 24, FIU 30. Miami versus Middle Tennessee. Miami 31, Middle Tennessee 45. So don't forget, it was a time when we was playing these stat games, these non-competition games, and we was looking pure dookie. Pitiful. And now we out here handling business. You beat the teams in front of them, and you handle business like we handle business this past weekend. Go Canes. And we are a top 10 team. We moved up to number 8. And since we moved up to number 8, I want to look at the AP poll, and I want to, give my opinion on how I feel like we would fare up against the rest of the top 10. So first thing first, number 10, we got Penn State. Honestly, I feel like we can handle Penn State with no problem. I don't feel like Penn State will give us an issue. Number 9, Oregon. I feel like we smacking Oregon this year too, because they ain't showing me enough consistency. I knew they were gonna beat the brakes off Oregon State. Oregon State don't got no players. Almost all their players don't transfer out on left. So I knew Oregon was gonna handle the business against Oregon State. So I said I feel like we can whoop Oregon also. Number 7, Missouri. I had a little bit more liking to Missouri until what I seen them do against Boston College. Mind you, Boston College, they look a little good this year. They probably gonna be disciplined from their head coach, from the NFL. But Missouri, I feel like we'll smack Missouri. I ain't gonna even care. I don't feel like Missouri got enough athletes or got enough star players to compete with us. Not this year. But once we get past Missouri and we go to Tennessee, Ole Miss, Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, they looking kind of shaky this year, but I ain't gonna, bite off too much bark. And then we got number 1, Texas. All those games, I have to see that on the field. We have to play that on the field. We got to see that on the field. Because I can't just say we're going to go out there and whoop Tennessee, Ole Miss, Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, Tennessee. But I don't feel like they just going to whoop us neither. I feel like we got a fighting chance, mainly because we got Cam Ward. If we got a quarterback like Cam Ward, you got a chance to be in any game you play. That's just being real. And this year in college football, it ain't like any other year. You got teams out there hungry, man. Northern Illinois, they just whooped Notre Dame, they hungry. You feel me? Memphis, man, just smacked Florida State, they hungry, man. These teams coming out here to play, and these teams telling everybody you got to prove it on the field this year. You seen Georgia just in a dog fight with Kentucky, 13-12. Even though Kentucky ain't no lackluster program, you feel me? They mediocre. So these teams coming to play. South Carolina just had LSU in a dog fight. And South Carolina defense biting. I just ain't had no faith in their offense. I had said that on another pod. But yeah, man. Like I say, man, I don't. Anybody else in the top 10, you feel me? They gotta see us on the field, you feel me? I feel like we got a chance. But Missouri, I feel like we smacking them. Oregon, we smacking them. And Penn State, they getting smacked too. But that's all I got for y'all guys today, you feel me? USF next week. Well, this weekend. Hopefully we go. Ain't no hopefully. We finna go down there and smack them boys. Cause people thinking they was playing competitive against Bama. They finna do something with these Canes. I'ma tell you the truth. Bama had 3 interceptions in that game. They turned the ball over 3 times. That really helped USF keep themselves in the game. But when they got the fourth quarter, Bama ran all up and through there, man. So let's go Canes, you feel me? It's all about the you. Like, share, subscribe, you feel me? And your boy is out.